Alive! Alive! Alright, straight away. Packing, Amy. Talk to me about packing. What the fuck happened?
I don't enjoy doing it all by myself. So what happened was I probably got to about 95% by myself. And then in the final stretch of putting the last things in the car, I couldn't cope anymore.
We couldn't cope anymore. Why?
Because I was hot. It was like...
No, not why you couldn't cope.
Oh. Why what?
Why did that happen?
Because I didn't speak directly enough to you and say, Charlie, get off your ass.
No, you don't need to do that.
And come and help me pack the car.
So that was it, was it?
Yeah.
You didn't communicate. You wanted some support, but your communication was more along the lines that you didn't want any. You weren't interested in it. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
This wasn't just today, this is days leading up. So, what's the lesson?
To make sure that I'm clear on what I want and communicate it.
Clear on what you want, communicate it. So do that now.
Hey, Charlie.
Okay.
I do enjoy packing, but the part that I find really difficult is loading the car. So if I pack everything and get it out to the car, are you happy to load the whole car up?
I'd love to do that. I think that's the greatest form of collaboration between us. Can I trust you to communicate that when it matters?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're starting to sound more and more like Marge Simpson every day.
Yeah. Hungry. Hungry. Oh, hungry.
Okay. Alright, done with that? Released all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're driving again. Tell me about Montenegro.
Montenegro. Loved the property that we stayed at. The hosts, the gym, the garden, Shadow.
Who do you need to shout out?
Shout out to Danka. Shout out to Melly. Shout out to Dijan. Shout out to Bojo. Shout out to Griffin Buddy.
Yeah.
So that was great. And I felt super at home there. Shame about the weather. We didn't have the best weather. But the last week it's been beautiful.
What months?
So we arrived beginning of February. We did February, March and April. And now we're leaving the beginning of May. So yeah, Montenegro as a country, it definitely doesn't have as much accessibility to things. It's a very small country, so it definitely doesn't have as much accessibility to things for the lifestyle that we live, I would say. Wanting to get things like supplements and stuff like that is not really too accessible. Even wanting to get like the just some health products, haven't been able to do in Montenegro. But it's a beautiful country, very, very scenic, and did meet some really, really nice people, very friendly people in restaurants that we went to, and it was definitely...
Because we go to fucking expensive restaurants, sweetheart. Isn't it?
It is. It's definitely a time of focusing. We had a very strict routine, a lot of health for me, and yeah, would I come back to Montenegro? Yeah, I would come back. I think the thing I'd say I'd come back would definitely be more for the property. The country itself, it wouldn't be on my top country to go back to. But yeah, the freedom that Shadow had in the garden and things like that. Price wise, definitely not the cheapest of countries we've been to either. And not the easiest to get high quality food. A lot of the foods, especially fruit and veg, I went to many different places and definitely didn't find the best quality. And yeah, managed to get raw milk though, so that was a bonus. But yeah, that is my thoughts on Montenegro. How about you?
So the country, I want to be respectful here, but some of the behaviour that you see in Montenegro on the road is a little bit frantic. The parking.
Yeah.
We never really had memorable trouble because you adjust. But people will take up 2 spaces in a car park. That all adds up when you want to have a smooth trip. Had some really fucking good experiences in restaurants. That steakhouse being the standout. Yeah, the gym on the property, the punch bag, the routine, the discipline. This period of work, doing 17 hours, doing intense work. It's good to be literally driving away from that into a new phase through these portals. That's why they're driving so fun and therapeutic. Because when I got to Montenegro, I started a new role. And definitely got more money than ever. Definitely got some fantastic experience. And yeah, in general, it has been a good experience. I'd say about 7 out of 10. Seven out of 10 maybe. I would come back. and I would say I'm also glad to be leaving. Not because necessarily I want to leave Montenegro, but change is good. So, as a factor, I'm glad to be heading now toward Serbia. So, Serbia. Novi Sad. Tell me about that as we go through this toll gate. You have to go over there.
Novi Sad. Well, we went to Belgrade last time and did really enjoy Belgrade. Really, great place. That was the first country that we really properly was exploring. And what do you think, Shadow? But because Belgrade is the capital, the centre, it's very difficult to find houses there. There's a lot of apartments, but especially after what we've just experienced in Montenegro, and even before in Croatia, and even before that in Belgium, having all this outdoor space for Shadow, he really needs it. And even more so when the weather's warm. Shadow. Yeah, even when the weather's warm, especially when the weather's warm, just so he can run out whenever he pleases, is important, isn't it, mate? So we decided to have a look in Novi Sad instead, which is the second largest city I guess, in Serbia. Hello. Thank you. Just going through the toll. So yeah, Novi Sad is the second largest city in Belgrade, and it's got a lot of very, very good reviews. It's supposedly has the same accessibility to what you get in Belgrade, but at a slower pace. It's not as chaotic, and so I'm really looking forward to that, because Belgrade, we stayed in New Belgrade, so it wasn't as busy, but when we did go into Belgrade, it was pretty crazy, especially to drive. And where we've just been in Montenegro, our nearest town was Podgorica, and it was crazy to drive there. It was just so busy, so chaotic, and I'm looking forward to still having the accessibility of the city, but hopefully at a little bit of a slower pace. So yeah, we've got a beautiful home there. Shadow's got another big garden. And that's Novi Sad.
Okay. What's your intention for this trip?
My intention for this trip. So I would say that my intention for this trip just gone to Montenegro has been health focused, and I've really accomplished a lot of that. So for me, it's really getting clear on exactly what I want to be doing, and that comes down to different areas. That comes down to career and work wise. That also comes down to home base, I like to be on the fence about a lot of things, and travelling is one of them, in the sense of when it's approaching the 90 days of us leaving a country, I feel really excited and really ready for that change. But then when it comes to actually packing up, like, we do travel with quite a lot of stuff, you know, we have our Kangen water machine, we have a lot of different clothes and supplements and products and just things that are very important for us to travel with, mainly me, but for us. So it does consume, I'd say, a good week of my time traveling, because there's always a couple of days before, then we actually travel, and then there's always a couple of days after resettling again. And also having to find, like, again, we don't just eat any old food. We want the best quality food. We want to find the best butchers. We want to find the best organic fruit and veg. Like, want to find high quality food. And that definitely takes a while to, like, find those places, find a good gym. So yeah, that's definitely a focus of this next trip, is really getting clear on what it looks like to start to set the foundations, whatever country that looks like. Looking into getting a new car, and yeah, just that's what I really feel this next phase is about. Is we've had this real, like, focus, dialed in, like, alignment, I guess, and now it's about, like, executing that and actually starting to make the moves to bring to fruition everything that we've been speaking about. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. We went to a restaurant recently, and we was defining what certain trips were. What's this next trip going to be?
This next trip, I would say, is going to be, if I was to use a word, I'm going to say clarity. Because really getting clear on, like, what it exactly looks like for our whole day, really, our whole setup, our base, all of those sort of things. Really getting clarity on all that and executing. So that's what I would say this next trip is for. Clarity to begin, and then actually executing from there.
On what?
On, well, everything that I just spoke about. So career, work, what business, that sort of part, and then country, visas, car, property, all of that sort of thing.
Alright. Well, you're strapped in, Shad.
It's like Shad, in your bed. Over there. Good boy.
You can't tell. These roads are very weavy. Any mountainous area is weavy. Okay, anything else to add?
Not about Serbia, I don't think. How about you?
You can ask me questions.
What's this next phase for you?
Community. Community is a big one. Can't keep travelling around with this woman and this dog. I mean, a bit of achievement to be doing that. true achievement. Travelling around with this woman and this fucking Cocker Spaniel. I mean, well, I give you that's it, flowers. Give me my flowers. That isn't easy. Also for you, to not really have any women around you, which is why you try and make shadow a woman. Why you're always snipping him. You're always trying to like turn him into a girl, which I won't have, because he's got testicles hanging off him. So that, who knows what the next career streak looks like. Continue to make some more cash. See if I can break some more records. Electric scooters. I'm going to get an electric scooter and a cam. Start filming a little bit more different content. Traveling the landscape in new ways. Who's bibbing there?
People love to beep out here. That's one thing we've noticed. People love to use their horn.
They're often fat as well. And that's not even a joke. They're often fat in their car like dumb cunts. It's probably not even them bibbing. Only them breathing in and their fat tits hitting the fucking horn. So yeah, that I am looking forward to this electric scooter life. See what that brings about. I get to do some traveling on the landscape in some different ways, having some fun, right? I will head into that boxing gym, see if I can keep boxing. Find some more steak places so we can top Montenegro. Talk to me about some things to get excited about here.
Yeah, I got some steak places saved, some steak houses. Yeah.
Should we go to one tonight?
Yeah, sure. Made a curry last night. Charlie's famous curry. Definitely was a little bit different to last time. But Charlie's famous curry.
Different, yeah. You know why?
Why? Different spices.
Well, it's just different.
Yeah. So, things to get excited about. Well, they have a festival where we're going. It's called Exit Festival, and it has people like Tiesto.
Tiesto.
We haven't been to a festival for many years.
We met at one though.
We did meet at a festival, yeah.
I met him and she was going, and I was like, drugs.
I actually wasn't. I was completely sober.
No, that's not how it worked. You was like in a tent or miserable.
I was so miserable.
Everyone left me. I'm here on my own. What's that got to do with me?
I wasn't like that.
I'm just saying hello to you.
I wasn't like that.
No, your attitude was.
So anyway, there's a castle about 10 minutes from where we're staying, and it's beautiful to like go on walks and stuff like that. and we actually saw some videos, didn't we, of some festivals happening there. But I didn't realise it was like fairly big festivals. And then I saw the other day that whilst we're here in the beginning of July, they've got a big 4-day festival. So who knows, we might make an appearance there.
What? DJ set wise?
Yeah.
Right.
What did you used to be called?
But I used to be called.
Yeah. When you were DJing.
Amber?
No.
Big Dick, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
No. Yeah, it was Oracle.
Oracle, that was it. So that's exciting. I'm also... What else am I feeling excited for? Just to explore a new space. This this property has a cow called Milka. I think it's next door or a couple doors down. And you can get raw milk directly from the cow. So maybe I might be able to milk my first cow. That'd be exciting. And we've got another big garden space. Looks like beautiful views. I don't think we've got the best weather this week coming. It's meant to be pretty wet. But then after that, we should be sort of on the summer home stretch then. So I'm really looking forward to that, because this last week has been so nice. You don't have to travel with as many clothes, and life's just easier when the sun's shining and the weather's warm. Wouldn't you agree?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So that's all I've got to say, really.
When we did meet, I gave you a kiss on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello. What was your first impression?
First impression. Oh, he's quite cute.
Cute.
Like, that used to be a thing I used to think about people back then. I was obviously young. And if someone was cute, that was good. So I can't really remember much else. But I think I added you on Facebook straight away, didn't I? As soon as we got back. So
What made you do that?
well, they're nice. They're gonna be nice properties, right on the river. Wow. What made me do that? Well, clearly my intuition knew you were my lifelong partner. So my intuition was like, go find that guy and add him on Facebook. Almost 14 years later, here we are.
Go find that guy, add him on Facebook. How did you find me?
Probably just typed in like Walker. And I would have seen your little boat
My
race.
little
come
what?
up. Boat race.
My boat race.
Yeah.
I didn't get into boat racing until about 2 years later, so I don't know what you're talking about. That was it.
Yeah, I
What a
don't really
boring
remember.
origin story.
I don't really remember what it was that made me add you. Wow, it's so stunning around here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to share with the world?
No.
Nope.
pretty much it.
The travels continue. Goodbye.